Oh, my mic's been on this whole time. Good morning. This is Secret the Scuffed coming at you live with, hold on, Ace Attorney Investigations 2. Wow, I sure hope I don't think I was talking to myself, but I was probably making weird breathing noises because I'm trying to run around and get everything put together. But here we are. Uh, I'm not really feeling up for Nier today because I am very tired, actually. I've been doing a lot of stuff today. I know, early as scuff. I think it's because I was messing with the audio settings, trying to make sure I don't forget to turn the game audio on this time, like I did last time. But hey, it's fine, yeah? But like I said, I'm not feeling up to finishing Nier today. A bit tired, because I've been working on some stuff all day. But also, tomorrow, or tonight, depending on your time zone, I suppose, is the day that I finally go ahead and post a weekly schedule. I'm kind of dreading it, not because it's going to be especially hard to do, but because, starting things up is always a bit difficult. Making habits quite hard to do. So hopefully I'll get to maintain it quite quickly. You're quite tired as well? You just stayed up super late and just almost just woke up? I certainly get that a lot. But with that being said, we'll probably play through, I want to say, at least the first two be continued, no doubt. I'm not sure about the second one though. It depends on how long it is. Of course, if I end up getting really invigorated by this, like if I get into it, we can go a bit longer, but I don't expect it to go more than 2 hours today. And we don't have anything special to talk about today either, so let's just go ahead hop into it. Last time we left off with this prison case that we see on the title screen, and we just finished it with the warden being the culprit, as we suspected. So now we have a new case. Oh, Judge Gavel, right. I just remembered her. I was going to title the stream I Hate Her, but I forgot about it until just now. Looks like we have a game show this time, though. What shall we make today, kids? Oh, I kind of got the voice right. There's two of them, though. Hold on, I should turn the audio up a little bit, shouldn't I? I think I have it turned down still. I do. Macarons, waffles with cream, chiffon cakes that are light as a dream. Laugh and sing, smile, it's true. All that sweetness waiting for you. Oh, what? Where? Over there! The oven's got something special to share. Ping! Now, let's see what we've got for you! Alright, I wasn't expecting to have it do bounce back. Oh, it's cooking time! Are you ready to make something special together? Man, it's always rough with these intros, because I always forget that they auto-progress. And going back between two characters out of text boxes, who are speaking simultaneously, kind of threw me off. But isn't that how these always start? Fender. Wow, talk about a blast from the past. Hey, Gregory, I'm going back there tomorrow with your boy. I'm finally going to find out what happened 18 years ago. Does Fender not know? It is a very impressive pose, yeah. So does Fender not know about what happened to Gregory, or is this a different incident? It said 18 years ago. I think it's a bit longer, actually, than the incident where Gregory died, because that was like 10 years ago when they covered it, and it's definitely not been 8 years since the first game. But anyway, here we have a little fountain of cherubs. I believe those are usually referred to as. And what is probably a theater, maybe a studio based on what we just saw. Well, Fender, are you finally going to tell me what we're doing here? Why you brought me to an art gallery of all places? Oh, it's an art gallery. You know, I should have guessed that. Hey, you had nothing going on. Seemed like the perfect chance to come and enjoy the magic of star sign stuff together. I'm leaving. Hey, chill, big guy, I'm just joking. You know about the IS-7 incident, yeah? Your old man's last case? Of course. Von Karma took great pleasure in showing me the files as soon as I became a prosecutor. And I reviewed them again last night after your invite. See? Really? Okay. Von Karma was interested in showing Edgeworth. That's an interesting thing. So, a little bit of backstory. Von Karma killed Gregory Edgeworth, which is Miles Edgeworth's father. And it was because, even though he did win the case against him, Gregory got, like, the first infraction ever against Von Karma. So I'm surprised to see that he was excited to show it off in any capacity. I thought he would consider it like a black mark on his history. I mean, he clearly did. But I wonder why. I suppose we'll find out more. And I reviewed them again last night after your invite, see? I was also present at the trial all those years ago, although my memories of it are somewhat hazy. Oh, look at that, we had a full body shot of it. Well, not full body. This is as close as we get to the full body shot in these games. As a child, I was completely in awe of my father. The sight of him in court was inspirational. Gregory Edgeworth, attorney at law. And opposite him... Oh, Von Karma was still really old, is he? The man who would become my mentor, Manfred Von Karma. It was quite a case. However, it ended with the conviction of him, of the accused. Ah, so you were there too. You were in the courtroom for Gregory's final outing? Huh. Well, that makes explaining things easier. I wanted you to know something, see? That something being what really went down. Not the truth in those files, but the capital T truth. It was 18 years ago, smack dab in the middle of a real doozy of a winter. The buildings were covered with a blanket of snow. It looked like the streets were lined with popsicles. But things weren't so innocent behind those frozen doors. In fact, some pretty sordid stuff went down. This was back before yours truly was the fine figure of an attorney you see before you today. 18 years ago. Oh, do we get a flashback case? Oh, I love it when they do these things. Oh, please let me play as Fender or Gregory. Probably Fender if I had to guess. Christmas Eve, 5 p.m. Oh, we do get a flashback case. Oh, this is wonderful. I love these. They always do it so well. Hey, oh, what voice do I do for a younger version? Hey, Mr. E, this one really came out of the blue, huh? It did. We were called in before the ink on the arrest papers were even dry. Oh, is that not standard practice yet? My name is Gregory Edgeworth. I'm a defense attorney. I'm here visiting a client with my assistant, Eddie Fender. Murder on Christmas Eve? What's this world coming to? In the dark of night, at the end of the day, I saw two timely saviors a-coming my way. I don't actually know if this was supposed to be... I mean, obviously supposed to be a song. Welcome, my friends, to the visitor's room. And if we're not friends yet, I'm sure we will be soon. Whoa, talk about an entrance. I was not expecting that. Neither was I. Sorry if I surprised you. I'm just so happy to see you both. Thanks so much for coming out. Seriously, I can't thank you enough. You are the accused, I take it? I am. Gregory Edgeworth, attorney at law, at your service. I really like Gregory's design. You like the young Fender's outfit? Absolutely would wear that. Oh, most certainly, most certainly. I was about to comment on his as well. Actually, can we get a close-up on him yet? No, we can't, unfortunately. But I like how Gregory is kind of like your standard noir detective sort of guy, which is really sort of exemplified by the fact that he's always been in black and white up until now. I look forward to representing you. This is my assistant, Eddie Fender. Pleased to meet you, sir. Oh yeah, look at that great outfit. Long sleeves with the stripes, unbuttoned shirt with collar, and fedora. You don't see it too much these days, but that's probably just because fedoras have a bit of a, how to say, connotation with them these days that people don't really like. Though they certainly can be pulled off. You just usually has to be done with older people. I'll do everything I can to help. Come on now, Edward. Calm down, please. You'll have to forgive him. He still knew this. He's been helping me out part-time, but he's far from fully fledged lawyer material yet. Nonetheless, I'm hoping he'll be of some assistance in investigating the particulars of this case. Gregory and Eddie, it's an honor to meet you both. Probably won't wear the hat. Can't have things hiding. That man, look at me stuttering when I read that. Can't usually handle having things on your head or face. Fair enough, fair enough. Though I'm quite accustomed to it, with the weather and all. My job as a defense attorney is to save my clients from wrongful convictions. So the first thing to do is establish whether or not he truly is innocent. Ooh, he's a different take than Mia's practice does. Or Phoenix's practice, I suppose. Perhaps we could begin by having you tell us a little about yourself. What am I thinking? I haven't even told you my name. I'm Samson Tangaroa. Tangaroa. Okay. What? It really is you? Samson Tangaroa, the world's greatest confectioner? You flatter me, my young friend. And call me Samson. All my pals do. Wow! Thanks, Samson, I will. I can't believe I'm meeting you in person. It seems Eddie knows something of our client. Mr. E, it's the Samson Tangaroa, the singing, dancing confectionery making sensation. I don't actually know if it's Swedish or not. I, admittedly, am really, really bad at gauging people's, not people's, but like where names come from. It always just goes right over my head. But if I had to guess, it most certainly is going to be a pun to whatever it does translate to. Now then, young Eddie is quite different. Oh, what shall we make today, kids? Oh, are they gonna sing? Macarons, waffles with cream, chiffon cakes that are all light as dream. Oh, the text goes way too slow to actually sing along with this. I'm not going to then. Alright, I'll try. Laugh and sing, smile, it's true. Oh, I missed it. Never mind. What? Where? Over there! The oven's got something special to share. Now, let's see what we've got for you. Man, that's way too slow text. Oh, and the guard's participating. I almost started dancing along. That's interesting. I mean, I suppose I didn't note earlier how it's weird to see the guard actually moving around. What's even weirder seeing they gave him whole sprite for this. I suppose it's not really whole sprite. They just shifted him down and gave him new arms. No way! I got to sing with Samson Tangaroa. This is a dream come true. Thanks, little pal. It means a lot to hear you say that. My apologies, but I think we need to discuss the matter at hand. Of course. I'm sure you're both very busy. Alright, where would you like me to start? Okay, so first of all, let me talk about a little bit more about Gregory's take on this. So his take is establish whether or not your client is innocent first. In the main games, you work at Mia Fey's, or rather, Phoenix Wright's, formerly Mia Fey's, law practice. And their sort of angle on this is to believe your client is innocent no matter what, unless they outright tell you that they did it. But usually they're not going to do that, so you just believe them no matter what. And that usually works, because most of the clients you get are innocent. And here we have the complete opposite, where he's trying to gauge innocence beforehand, which is quite a stark contrast to reality, where it usually does not matter at all, because you can't really trust someone to say whether they're innocent or not, unless they're... And even if you do trust them, it doesn't matter, because there could be evidence you don't have until after the trial. But I do like this different angle he takes. Seems to be from New Zealand, based on a god from their culture, at least according to the little bit of research you did. Okay. Now tell me about yourself, Samson. So, you're not just a confectioner, but also a singer and a dancer. I sure am. When I'm having fun, my body just starts moving. You must really enjoy making desserts. Haha, wouldn't be much of a confectioner if I didn't. I live to make sweets that will bring joy to others. Hey, they're not just things, they're works of art. Sparkling, dazzling, mouth-watering creations. The stuff that dreams are made of. So, he aims to create a joyous and inspiration... Wait a second, is that... Does, Eddie usually wear a fedora? Did he take Gregory's hat? It does sound like something from Sweden. You can practically hear it pronounced. Okay. I'll trust you on that then. So, he aims to create joyous and inspirational pieces, does he? I understand that the incident in question happened at your mansion. It did. We were holding an international confectionery contest there when a body was found in one of my creations. In one of your creations? Oh, a prop, okay. Inside one of your... No way! The detective in charge placed me under arrest because of it, and now, here I am. But I could never take a life, never. I'm sure the police will see that too in time. They'll realize their mistake. I sure hope so. And what can you tell us about the victim? His name is Artie Frost. He was taking part in the contest. Mr. Frost was a wonderful confectioner, His creations were things of real beauty. I just don't understand. Why did he have to die? I'm sorry. He seems genuinely upset over the victim's death. I think I have a pretty good measure of the man now. Mr. Tangaroa, there's just one last thing I need to confirm with you. You didn't kill Mr. Frost, correct? Correct. I swear to you I didn't do it. Like I told you, I could never take a life. Never! He seems quite sincere. Alright, I'm going to take you at your word. Thank you for being so forthright with me. Likewise, it's good to talk to someone other than those detectives. Oh, who's going to be our detective? I just realized. We don't have one, because Gumshoe isn't on the force yet. Or if he is, he's like an intern, probably. Ooh, that's going to be exciting. Maybe it'll be a familiar face. Oh, you know, it'd be a real surprise if they pulled out the original, like, detective crew from the first game's final trial. That'd be cool. When they're still young, before all their incidents. We'll head to the scene of the crime and see what we can learn. We'll be in touch when we have something more to tell you. Goodbye, Gregory. Goodbye, Yeti. I'm counting on you both. Okay, and here we are. It's, not the... Okay, the scene of the crime is in... Last time they said it was an art museum, but now they said it's his mansion. Does he have an art museum in his mansion, or did it turn into an art museum afterwards? Ugh, it's pretty cold out there, huh, Mystery? I never saw so much snow. Yes, and it doesn't seem like it'll be letting up anytime soon. But just look at this place! What a sweet house Samson's got, it's huge! Oh yeah, no, look around, it's not an art museum yet, there's instruments all over the place. Yes, big enough to hold an international confectionery contest, no less. Welcome, welcome everyone! Come on in, we'll have us some fun! That was not her speaking, she was not looking at us. Oh, it is. Okay. Never mind. I misread the situation. Oh, no! Are you alright? I'm sorry. Would you happen to be Mr. Gregory Edgeworth by any chance? I would. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Eddie Fender, Mr. Edgeworth's assistant. Mr. Edgeworth, Mr. Fender, welcome to our humble abode. I'm not sure how to voice you yet. Judy Bound. It's an honor to meet you both. Judy Bound, huh? Her pun's pretty clear. Duty Bound. Is she undercover or some sorts? Or is she involved in something? Or is she just bound to the show? Or am I reading too much into it? Also, I love the vaguely Christmas music. I'm the housekeeper here, and Mr. Tangaroa's assistant. Oh, housekeeper, that's why you're duty bound. You're no housekeeper. You're Judy Bound. The Judy Bound. You know a little something of my work. A little. I watch you on TV every chance I get. I'm Bacon Bob's biggest fan. It's very kind of you to say so. We'd be nothing without our fans. And what might Bacon Bob be? Oh, we get another look at the pose. Also, Samson there is quite strong to carry someone with one arm in that particular position. I suppose they have some momentum to it, so it might not be that bad, but he is still strong. It's only the biggest show on TV. Every kid on the planet loves it. The dynamic duo of Samson and Dewey make delicious sweet stuff, all while singing and dancing. Like this, check it out. Oh, they're gonna sing again? Is the text gonna be too slow again? What shall we make today, kids? I have a feeling the song's gonna be important. Cookie dough, caramel... Oh, that's him again. Cookie dough, caramel too. Fluffy show cream and tiramisu. Everyone, come along. Bacon treats with a smile and a song. Oh, there, it's true. They skipped on one accident. The oven's got something special for you. Oh, it's the same song. Just take a bite, and you will see. Oh, wait, no, oh, wait, why is it different? Is it because the other guy's not here to finish the rest of the song? I thought Fender would fill in. Or maybe they are just slightly different. It's a bit hard to tell because the text moves at such a strange speed. I would much prefer it if they just laid it all out at once. That we can actually figure out what the rhythm and cadence is supposed to be. Alright. That was a wonderful performance, Mr. Fender. Bravo! I dance along every time I watch the show. Huh. Perhaps Miles might enjoy it too. I'll suggest it later. But all this dancing really takes it out of a guy. Oh, I'm so sorry. The world's worst hostess. Here, nothing relaxes the body and mind quite like a cup of tea. Oh, they're very oddly shaped cups. I can't imagine they're convenient to use. Ah, this is Ceylon, correct? It's delicious. Its citrus aroma is said to improve one's ability to concentrate, as I recall. Interesting. So this is what Ceylon tea tastes like, right? Huh? How odd. The saucer's cold. Yes, it's so that the tea cools down more quickly, I'm afraid. Some of our guests don't like it too hot. I see. These teacups are very unique too. The design really is something. You think so? Thank you so much. I ordered them all the way from France. They're my absolute favorite. They were designed by a marvelous sculptor named Paul Helique. Have you heard of him? He makes the most amazing tableware in the world. I would not really call this amazing. I mean, if it's like crafted by hand, probably, but it really seems like it'd be easy to spill when you're trying to drink out of it. You're clearly a big fan of his work. Oh, I am. These teacups are my greatest treasure. She's certainly not afraid to show when she's passionate about something. If you don't mind, Miss Bound, I'd like to move on to the reason we're here. Can you tell us everything you know about the unfortunate incident that occurred earlier? Of course. I'm sorry for getting so distracted. I guess I'm still in shock. Because I'm the one who found the body, you see. You discovered the victim. Is it true that the body was recovered from inside one of Mr. Tangaroa's creations? It is. We were in the middle of the contest's first judgment phase when I heard the sound of something big collapsing coming from Samson's room. Oh, something was collapsing. Samson, are you in here? Okay, in that case, it looks like this ship thing collapsed onto the chest and broke it open. In that case, but something no. That's no way. There's no way that happened, right? That seemed like a strange crack. Maybe a sound was set up prior in order to draw someone to the room. Also, I'm not screaming. I opened the door and went inside, and there was Mr. Frost's body. Thank you. I'm sorry to make you relive such a traumatic experience. Think nothing of it, please. I only wish to tell you more. I only wish I had more to tell you. Now, if you don't mind, Miss Bound, I'd like to begin our investigation of the crime scene. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, Mr. Fender, you have to save Samson. He's no murderer. He could never do something like that. Of course. I'll leave it to us, Miss Bound. Thank you so much. I'll go serve the others their tea then. Come on, Eddie. To the scene of the crime. Yes, sir, Mr. E. Oh, also calling him Mr. E, I just realized. Hey, wait, that's not... Okay, so that's our detective. Got it. This is the guy from the other investigations game. So not who I thought it was going to be. I believe his name was Detective Bad. Also, I got distracted, but Mr. E, I just realized, is another pun. Calling Gregory Mystery. Fair enough, though, because we barely know anything about him. No way! Everything in this room's made of chocolate! I can't believe I'm getting to see so many of Samson's creations this up close and personal. Oh, God. Oh, yeah, no, I hate the screaming. Though, I personally am not too worried, like, about my throat doing it. I can scream, it's just that I most certainly do not want to wake the people above me. Because that most certainly would do it. Or at the very least, it would wake their dogs. Also, I would hate being in this room. Everything's made of chocolate. It would smell so sweet. And I really cannot handle the smell of overly sweet things. I recall walking to a candy store once. It made me quite nauseous, actually. I might be a bit more excited myself if the room wasn't a murder scene. Just hearing you say that sends a shiver down my spine. That might be the temperature in here. It's rather cold. Yeah, now that you mention it, it is pretty chill. Oh, don't sneeze. That's not how cold works. Oh, right. What voice I do for Bad? The Fed's on the scene already. That was fast. Oh, jumping between these two is going to be interesting. A pleasure to meet you. Gregory Edgeworth. I'm representing Mr. Tangaroa. This is my assistant, Eddie Fender. Nice to meet you. Bad. Detective Tyrrell Bad. The detective in charge is named Bad. A man of few words. Something about this just doesn't taste right. What the heck is up with this dude? You're eating your notepaper? He likes to chew over his thoughts rather literally, I'm afraid. It helps him to digest and remember them. That's a little quirk of his. Please try to ignore it. Although, I'd be the first to admit that's easier said than done. With introductions out of the way, Detective Bad, would you mind if we joined you in investigating the scene? Sorry, not gonna happen. What? How come? Mr. Edgeworth said Mr. Edgeworth is Mr. Tangaroa's attorney. Yeah, and attorneys will do anything to get him off the hook. Even put words in their clients' mouths. You think I need that on my crime scene? Mr. Edgeworth would never do something like that. Huh. I don't trust attorneys. Okay, kid? Detective, you established my client's supposed guilt based on an investigation of the crime scene, correct? That's usually how it works, yeah. What of it? Then extend me the same courtesy. I believe he is innocent, and I would like the chance to prove it. You believe he is innocent, and you didn't even see the scene yet? That's some flimsy lawyering. That's exactly why I wish to see the scene for myself. I need to ensure that my belief is based on solid evidence and sound reasoning. You about to tell me you're not leaving until I let you look over the scene? I am. Fine. Knock yourself out. Thank you, Detective. I'm surprised they haven't met yet, considering I think they both work in this city. And they've been here for a while, to my knowledge. But I'm coming around... Oh, man. But I'm coming around with you. Like I said, I don't trust attorneys. If you're good with that, go ahead and get to it. That was a lollipop this whole time? I must admit, I didn't see that coming either. We'd better get started then. I'll need you to take the notes, Eddie. On it, Mr. E. Let's get this over with. Begin investigation. Fantastic. So let's take a look around before we actually interact with anything. All the chocolate work that we don't need to pay attention to too much. One of the cups is in here. That's important. We have, I assume, a chocolatier who's going to be rather important. We should probably check the fridge. There's a ladder in there too. I don't think it's going to be notable though. Not for now, at least. Looks like these guys are checking the water feature. Why is there a water feature in a kitchen? That seems rather unsanitary. Actually, it looks like they get water from here, considering this little gap in the curb. And then, of course, the big piece itself. A ship crashed on top of a chest, and there's a body inside of the chest. It looks like the ship fell because one of the two stands it's on broke. And it seems to have done quite the number on the chest itself. I was wondering how this chest broke earlier, seeing I thought it was made of wood, but I guess it's made of chocolate. Now, how did the body end up inside there? The chest shouldn't be openable. I mean, it could, technically, but I don't say that was the case. Earlier we saw there was a blanket on top of the body. I don't know if it was with that either. I was thinking maybe a temperature thing, but that can't be it. The blanket wouldn't really do much there. I suppose there could be something under the blanket, though. I mean, the body's already gone, so we don't know until we investigate proper. But yeah, there's not much to be gained just from looking around. There usually is quite a bit. So we'll start with these two. What are you investigating, officer? Sir, I was just taking the temperature of the water here. And what have you learned? Oh, it's warm, sir. The stream in each room flows into the main fountain, and then the water is circulated back to the rooms. Oh, that's I mean, it saves water, but that's unsanitary. Wow. I mean, I know water features usually aren't especially sanitary, but it's running through the kitchen. Come on, man. You gotta do something better for that. Unusual, to say the least. I've never seen a house quite like this one. Rich folks, they're all crazy. I was looking over here, officer. Nothing of interest in that cupboard, or... yes, sir. So, there is? Oh, no, there isn't. Just a blowtorch used for cooking and some tableware, sir. You heard the man, Mr. Attorney. Nothing to add, am I right? No. So, you do have something to add. Oh, no. Can't get a straight answer out of anybody. Perhaps you should ask a straight question. Oh yeah, that one's on you, Bad. Let's go ask this chocolatier, I assume. And you are? Sorry. Oh, how do I voice him? Oh, there's a lot of big buff men in this chapter. Sorry. No, that's not it. Sorry. No. Okay. Power to your room just died. Did you say anything important? No, nothing important. The water, if the water feature is a lot more unsanitary than we thought, and there's a blowtorch under the cabinet, that's about it. Also, I need to figure out a third big muscle guy voice. I've never had to do that. Usually there's only two. Sorry. No. Man, look at me stuttering over this, because I keep trying to do the same voice. No, hold on, let me get some water and clear my throat, and then I'll try again. I don't make a habit of drinking water during this, but I really should. It'd be a lot healthier if I did. Especially considering I'm sitting down for usually 2.5 hours. Sorry. Meta, no. No, it's... Oh, God, I'm leaning into the Canadian now. Oh, maybe I try to do the judge voice for him. It's been a long time since I've done that one. Hold on. I need a cough then. Sorry. Meditating. Did you want something, detective? Oh, I'm an attorney, not a detective. Gregory Edgeworth. A pleasure to meet you. And I'm his assistant, Eddie Fender. I see. Name's Carmelo Gusto. I'm a confectioner, here for the contest. You are? What's your specialty, Mr. Gusto? What is that? Is that dough? Oh, that's quite impressive. The art of air and sugar. No way! Look at that! It's a little baby seahorse! It's a dragon. A noble soaring creature of the skies. Water is very important. Yep. I've not been drinking nearly as much as I should recently. That's a dragon? It does look more like more aquatic than airborne. No need to sugarcoat it. My design sense is weak. I know that better than anybody. That's why I'm heading to Zhang Fa when this is all over. I need to train hard. Perhaps we should get off the subject of his design sense for now. That is very suspicious that you're trying to flee the country. So, what are you doing in here, Mr. Gusto? I didn't think they were allowing civilians on the scene yet. The detective wanted to know more about one of the pieces in here. Makes sense, seeing as how he's a contestant. Perhaps I should ask him a few questions of my own. Those are some interesting implements you used there, Mr. Gusto. Oh, what's he gonna make this time? Oh, a chicken. Sugar blowing pumps. They put air into the sugar. They're so cool. It's like watching a swordmaster do his thing. I'm no master. Not a day goes by that I don't hurt myself one way or another. That's why I wear red. That way it doesn't matter when I make a mess. Oh, no, don't do that. No, blood in the kitchen. That's the #1 no. Do not do that. Bad. You are not Deadpool. Oh, that's terrible. You've been going outside more often the past few days, so you drink more? I probably won't be going out until a few more months. But during those warm months, I'd most certainly do go out quite a bit myself. And I drink water then. And the way of the confectioner is a lonely one. You never stop learning, not until you die. The way of the confectioner sounds like a long one, too, if he's still injuring himself on a daily basis. What can you tell us about the contestant, or the contest? Based on what we've seen so far, flavor doesn't seem to be the only criteria at play. The contest was Tangaroa's idea. It's about art. Confectionery as art. Confectionery as art? Art you can eat, every part of it. Every single item in this room is edible. the whole place does kind of smell like chocolate. Tanjiro is a genius. A once-in-a-generation talent. Flavor and flair, he has it all. And if you can't outdo the good god of confections himself, you can't win. You finally got snow just there, so you've been spending a lot of time just enjoying it. I always do love that first snow. Because shortly after that, it's going to all turn to ice. But, you know, we did actually get some snow here. Well, like some more regular snow. Which has been nice, because this is, like I said, it's been a very, very icy year so far. Not much actual powder. I don't know, man. Beating out the greatest in the world seems kinda hard, yeah? As it should be. Whoever beats him becomes the greatest in turn. That's the real prize here, nothing else matters. So, you're competing for a title, effectively. And a treasure, the ultimate cookbook. Tanjiro's most prized possession. If you want to know more, it's all written down here. It's the list of rules that was given out to the contestants. Let's look at that. Rules for the contestants. Prizes, the ultimate cookbook, the title of world's greatest confectioner. Rules, judging will proceed clockwise from the leftmost room. All contestants to gather in Mr. Tanjiro's room when judging ends. Non-confectionery items may not be used as decoration. Stands and display materials will be provided. Contestants may not enter another contestant's room until judging has been completed. Alright, already we know there's a way to circumvent these rooms, considering this water flows throughout all of the rooms. Sorry, I don't know much about what happened. I only heard about it after the judging was over. How was the judging organized? It started at 3 p.m. Tanjiro began making the rounds right around then. He left his own room, and then worked his way around the venue clockwise. And this is Frost's room, which is the last one. My creations were the first to be judged. He has an elevator in his house. After that, he went to Scone's room. She's another one of the contestants. What can you tell us about her? Ruthless. Brutal. There's nothing she wouldn't do to win. She was working with Cream. Some kind of dreamscape. Then, last of all, Frost's room. His thing was flavored ice. Sculptures this time, or so I heard. You've had ice here, wild snow. You had look at me stuttering every time I try to read chat. But yeah, ice comes quite quick. Bound found the body while Tanjiro was still making the rounds. She panicked, ran to call the cops. Tanjiro went right on judging, claims he didn't know a thing about it until afterward. Went ahead and looked over the victim's work, even though the guy was nowhere to be seen. Pretty suspicious behavior in anyone's book. I don't have enough information to challenge him on that yet. By the way, Detective Bad, what were you and Mr. Gusto talking about earlier? I was going to ask about the piece on the wall there, the one in the frame. Seemed like something was off. You mean the one that's curled? Oh no, this one. Oh, the one that has a missing piece. Okay. Thought I'd better ask somebody who knows more about this stuff. But then you bozos showed up and pulled me away from my very important work. Perhaps we can take a closer look at it together. Can't take a hint, can you? Mr. Gusto, would you mind helping us out? Of course. Confectionery is my life. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them. Thank you. That's very kind of you. Okay, so we have a few things to note here. First of all, missing light on the candle. I don't know what this panel is for. And there's a missing piece of chocolate here, and there's a handprint on the painting. So let's check that handprint out first, since it seems to be the most attention-grabbing thing. Most out of place. Are these... Oh, are these finger marks? Yeah. But we don't know whose yet. Still haven't figured that out. No fingerprints, no ID. Finger marks without prints. They could certainly be important to the case. Well, they're probably wearing gloves because they're cooking. It's a real head-scratcher, all right. Not really. I'm guessing whoever it was wore gloves. Where's your sense of romance, or of adventure? There doesn't tend to be much of either of those at the crime scene, Eddie. Okay, let's check this missing piece. Who knew you could make a picture of this pretty out of chocolate? Samson really is a god among men. Is it really made of chocolate, though? It looks far too much like a regular illustration to me. You have a good eye. You have a good eye. I'm impressed. That's no piece of candy. That's the ultimate cookbook. The ultimate cookbook. In other words, the grand prize. What? So it's not made of chocolate after all? No, the book is simply enframed in some. Tangaroa showed it all to us when he gathered us here to explain the rules. So, the participants knew that the grand prize was in this room the whole time. Anyway, you see it too, right? The frame. Something's missing. Ah, the oddity Detective Bad was going to ask Mr. Gusto about earlier, yes. You're right, Detective. Something is missing from this frame. So, it's not just me. Huh? What's missing? Okay, we had a point-and-click for Fender. You got it. I'd better show Eddie which part of the frame is missing some chocolate.
Take that.
Look at the decorative work in the corner here. Something's missing, no? Oh, yeah! It's different from the other side. That's not like Tangaroa. The balance is all wrong. But that's not all. Take a look around. Oh. Every confection in this room is missing some small bit. You're right! The candle holder, the nautical stuff, they're all like that. Did someone deliberately damage them? That's a very good question. Or, did Tangaroa just want it to look like somebody messed with his work? He'd never do that to his own creations, never! Could this have some deeper meaning for the case? That's... Oh, you're right, Eddie. Yeah, but it sure is chilly in here. Yes, I wasn't exactly warm out in the fountain room either. But it's even colder in here. Would you like to borrow my jacket? No, I'm fine. And besides, you said you'd give it to me when I finally got my attorney's badge. Heh, I did, didn't I? Why do they have the heat down so low? Chocolate needs to be kept at the right temperature. Take a look behind that panel on the wall. What panel? Oh, that's the panel I was talking about. Oh, look at that! It was there the whole time! There's one in each of the contestants' rooms. Tangaroa hid them so they wouldn't spoil the aesthetic of our work. And what do the controls do? They adjust the temperature and the lighting. Goes all the way down to negative 22 degrees Fahrenheit. Cold enough to keep the confectionery from melting. That is absurd. Excuse me? For a room that people are working and cooking in? Negative 22? Are you trying to kill them? I don't actually remember the conversions for Fahrenheit and Celsius, but I do have a Fahrenheit calculator that I use, thermometer I use a lot, because it's attached to my vehicle. But yeah, no, negative 22 is stupid cold. That's the sort of temperature that would actually make me wear my jacket. So, in effect, each room is a giant freezer. You absolutely should not have a cover over that, because if it gets wet and it freezes, that's going to be really terrible. It's 59 degrees in here! No wonder I'm cold. Okay, well, it's 59 right now, so you shouldn't be cold. No, but that's not cold temperatures. Hey, Detective Bad, you, mind if we turn it up a little? Preservation of the crime scene is the foundation of detective work. But I'm not a detective. The same goes for attorneys, Eddie. We must never disturb the scene of a crime. Get used to the cold. It's all part of your training. Chocolate needs to be kept between 59 and 65 degrees. There's no way around it. You know the temperatures by heart, huh? Yes, it is your job. It's the very least I should know. Any real confectioner should be able to tell you that and more. Alright, what about lollipops and cream? If it's not too hot or too humid, a lollipop should be fine just about anywhere. Cream needs to be kept around 50 degrees. That's important to know. Need to watch out for heat and humidity, huh? Duly noted. Detective Bad kind of brightened up when he was talking about lollipops, didn't he? I suppose he must be very fond of them. I don't believe there's any more to be found here. Let's check up on these out-of-place teacups, or teacup. There's some very tasteful tableware here, along with some kitchen utensils. This is the tea set of the same design as the one Miss Bound served us with earlier. You think Samson could have been drinking tea out of that? That's a teapot? Excuse me, what? How do you even use that? I mean, you probably pour water in that middle bit, and then maybe the tip comes off, but that's so impractical. Because if the water fills up all the way, then it's going to burn your hand when you grab it. If it doesn't fill up all the way, then you're barely getting any water at all. I hate that. Oh man, I hate these teacups. The pot and the cup were destined for Prince. Those were the only ones they found. And that was the case for the utensils too. Everything else had been washed, so there weren't any prints to find. And Mr. Tangaroa was wearing gloves while he was working on his confectionaries. That could explain why prints were only found on his teapot, on the teapot and cup. Man, bouncing between these three is really starting to mess up, like how I'm keeping track of their voices. I suppose we should check the big obvious thing now. There's the coin in there we saw earlier. So, this is where the body was discovered. Yeah, they took it away already, but everything else is just how we found it. What's up with this coin? It appears the body was inside the treasure chest. Yeah, a woman by the name of Bound found it. Oh, is this going to be her screaming again? Samson? Are you in here? Why did she think Samson was in here? Because that's her talking off-screen to no one, so it should be true. Seems she heard something breaking and came in to see what it was. If only we had just a little more information. There's something else in here. Huh. It looks like a seal of some kind, with somebody's initials in an intricate shape carved into it. What was this guy's name? Hold on. Oh, I skipped the line. No, don't do that. This guy's name is Artie Frost. Okay, in that case, it's not his initials. Is it for making those fancy wax things on documents? Do you think it belonged to the victim? No idea, but it's gotta get logged anyway, so I'll take that. A seal was found near the body. I wonder what that's supposed to be. Obviously, one of them's an H. And it can't be anything sideways because the serifs indicate this is the correct orientation. Huh. Can I look around over here? Oh, I can. Okay, let's look at this. One of the stands for the ship is broken. The ship must have collapsed onto the treasure chest and smashed it open. Wait, do you think... Could that be how the victim died? Was he crushed by the ship? If he was, this becomes an accidental death and not a murder. You too serious? Don't worry, Detective. For the moment, we're simply discussing a possibility. I was being serious, though. And then don't talk about it. Detective, can you tell us a little more about the state of the victim's body? Let me see. Got a picture here someplace. You can see for yourselves. Oh, it's not a blanket, it's a tarp. Death was from blunt force trauma. And what of the weapon? Has it been found yet? You can ask the prosecutor in charge about that. The detective's not one for sharing much, is he? Oh my god, I'm gonna have to voice Von Karma as well. Oh, there's so many big men. Okay. Well, you know what? I can do Von Karma's voice. Von Karma's voice will just go so deep that I'll just go as deep as I can, really. Would you mind if we borrowed this? No skin off my nose. It's not like it's official. Bound took it with it. Instant camera when she found the body. An instant camera? Like it's disposable or something? No. It means it develops the picture right there and then when you take them. Oh, right. I forgot. The technology level 18 years ago in-game is going to be around early 90s, I think? They're a bit weird with the technology level in these games because at some times they had to explain what a VHS is, and other times they have holograms. It's kind of weird. No way. Sounds pretty convenient. Now then, I better get my facts straight and take down some notes of my own. There's something in this picture that contradicts with the current crime scene. I'll need to call on my power of deduction to figure out why. Alright. That's good to know. We're going to be doing the same thing. You'd wreck your vocal cords. You have this many people the same voice. I. That's why you just gotta pace yourself with these things. Now, thankfully, Gregory has given us a reminder to check on these, now that we are not maxed out, but we probably have all that we could find here. How was something breaking? It was probably from the broken stand. And I said earlier that there was probably something set up to make a noise, but if I had to guess, this was set up to make a noise specifically. I don't think the temperature necessarily was it, but it was probably chipped away at, right? The stand broke, and the ship collapsed with it. The loud sound it made brought Miss Bound running. Yeah, said the ship had already keeled over by the time she got in here. But why did the stand collapse? What caused it to break? Maybe the whole thing was off balance from the get-go. Could that really have been the case? Well, it could have also been tampered with. Yeah? All of Mr. Tangaroa's creations are missing a little piece each, including some of the stands that were holding up the ship. Somebody really went all out. Do you think it could have been the killer? It's certainly a possibility. Either way, I think we can safely say the stand was damaged in our mystery person's tampering spree. And when it broke, the ship fell and smashed open. The treasure chest, which would have remained closed otherwise. Okay, so it does have the capability of opening, or at least I'm assuming that based on his dialogue just now. And I only have the one piece left, right? Yep, only the one. What else do we want to interact with? Can I interact with the stove? No. How about the fridge? Oh, I can. A well-equipped kitchen, as one might expect. Sadly, it doesn't seem like there's much to be found in the way of clues. Nothing of interest in the fridge either. We checked. Alright, you got it. I'll take your word for that. Oh, here's the gloves down here. I didn't even notice those. The UI was covering it. Gloves. Tangaroa wore them when he was working on his masterpiece over there. They're conveniently good at hiding fingerprints, too. All gloves are. I suppose it's possible to employ them in such a manner. But is it really all that suspicious to find a pair of gloves in a kitchen like this? I'm a detective. Everything's suspicious. That's the job. Alright, fair enough. What else do we need to check in here? Surely we don't need to check the artwork, right? This is a fine selection of nautical paraphernalia. Oh, this is a fine selection of nautical paraphernalia. You think one of them could be the murder weapon? No, they're all made of chocolates. You'd have a hard time bludgeoning someone to death with one of them. Unless they lowered the temperature in the room, then they could do it. Can't tell what's real in here. They really do look genuine. I can hardly tell the difference myself. A true testament to Mr. Tangaroa's skills. Alright, alright. This globe is at a strange angle. Because you would think at least like the top of like Greenland would be visible on it, but it's not. How strange. Anyway, what else is there here to check? This again? Did I miss something here? No. Gregory says we're good. Do I check the masterpiece again? Okay, I guess I missed something here. Oh, wait, no, I had the deduction ability, don't I? Right. And we can also check the big ship. Do I have anything I could deduce based on what I have? I don't think so. Is this 3D? Oh, it is. Let's take a look. Oh, we found it. Here it is. This is where the mark comes from. Look, look! There's something stamped on the bottom. It says PH. I suppose that must be Paul Halik's pottery mark. Those are his initials, after all. Miss Bound said she was a fan of his work. His initials, huh? So if I made it, it would say EF? Perhaps you should practice by initialing your personal belongings first. Ooh, that's really important. In that case, we can probably deduce using that little thing, right? And it's related to this. Oh, never mind. They're not gonna let me jump ahead. Not through that, at least. How strange. I mean, we could deduce that the temperature was up. No, it doesn't look like it, actually. Oh, this has notes about the crime scene in it. The victim's body was found in Samson Tangaroa's room inside a chocolate treasure chest. The cause of death appears to have been blood loss following blunt force trauma. Yeah, I still don't know what the tarp was for. Okay, that's all the notes we get. I suppose we can inspect the chest, not the chest, the ship itself. See what they have to say about it. It's really rather impressive, making an entire ship out of chocolate. That's Samson Tangaroa for you. Or Tangaroa for you. You just want to take a big bite out of it? Which part to bite first, though? That's the real head-scratcher, you know? Bite any part of it, kid, and you'll be off this crime scene so fast your head will spin. Hey, it was just a joke. Stop staring at me like that. I do sometimes wish Eddie would keep his cool a little bit better. I mean, I don't think the ship could be the cause of the blunt force trauma, but I mean, I guess it's technically possible. Do we want to try that? We could try. You know, try and pin this as an accident? No, that's not it either. What am I missing? I mean, I suppose I can interact with the plaque as well. There's a little bump on it. It's titled Voyage of the Red Rover. After sailing the seven seas, the legendary ship happens upon the greatest treasure at last. This piece is a tribute to the adventurous spirit of our ancestors. Who knew? So, they sailed the 6 whole seas before they found anything. Not exactly the luckiest crew out there. Sometimes you gotta take a bunch of wrong turns before you find the truth. That's what being a real detective is all about. Did they even have detectives back in those days? Probably, but not very good ones. So what do they want me to figure out here? We can't deduce that's but force trauma. We can't deduce that he's related to the teapot. Probably not the finger frame mark, the frame finger marks. Let's see. I mean, he's not supposed to even be in here, so I suppose we could try using this, but I somehow doubt that's the case. I mean, we can afford to take a lot of damage, I think, at this point, since it's so early. That's also not it. I didn't think so. Let's back off, see if there's something in the room we missed. Maybe we can try present something to our friend here. Nope, nothing about that. How about these? No? Nothing there either. How about this? Oh, this guy has nothing to say, huh? Quite amazing. Not a single comment on any... Oh, wait, no, that's it. There we go. I skipped an accident. The winner of the contest gets to call themselves the world's greatest confectioner, and that's my goal. After all, after that, I'm going to Zheng Fa to hone my crafting skills. Once my creations look as good as they taste, I'll be truly unstoppable. Shouldn't he have perfected that before entering the contest? Okay, no, it's the same thing from earlier then. Do the detectives perhaps have anything new to say? No, they don't. And the water is the same. Because there is a deduction to be made on this, right? No, there's a mark on it. Eddie, do you have anything to say? A real crime scene! This is so exciting! This isn't a game, Eddie. I need you to take it seriously. Don't worry, Mr. E. I'm taking notes on everything. You are? What kind of notes? Notes about how all this delicious stuff is made. Can't wait to try it for myself. I'm not playing around, Edward. Take this seriously. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth. Okay. And talking to Bad is just like if I miss something. Which I am missing things, but let me see. Really nothing in here. And I can't make the connection between the teapot and the stamp for some reason. Is there anything in the evidence I might be able to use? Can't look at that in 3D. I've already checked this thing on the bottom. Oh, man. I don't think I've ever been stumped by an investigation section before. This is new. Well, Bad. Let's see how helpful that these NPCs that always follow me around are. I never had to consult them before. Or at least I don't think so. Nothing has been moved since the body was found, correct? Preserve the scene of the crime. That's the #1 rule of any investigation. They took the body away, but everything else untouched. Could you tell us a little more about the state of the body before it was taken away? Bound. Took a picture of it. We'll just have to make do with that, Mr. Lawyer. I get the feeling that the good detective is none too fond of defense attorneys. Probably best not to rely on him too much, and search the scene for clues and contradictions myself. You're doing this all wrong. An investigation is like a popsicle. You walk around the scene, look at stuff, talk to witnesses. Everything you do, it's like a lick of that popsicle. Slowly you eat away at it. Until all that's left is the stick. And written on that stick is the truth. Then I suppose I'd better hope it doesn't say guilty. Oh, really? Nothing from him, then? Well, I suppose we should just look around and see if there's anything we missed. We didn't check at these, I suppose. The Red Rover and the Crimson Tide. Looks like this title is the inspiration for everything on display here in this room. The ship and the treasure chest, of course, but also all the other nautical objects on display. It's certainly a suitably grand theme with which to showcase Mr. Tangaroa's talents. Oh, hold on. Gotta pop the bot real quick. Bonk. Okay. Let's see, anything else we can interact with? These are all finished. Oh, hold on, we can look at this again, I suppose. I don't believe it. Oh, well, he says outright there's nothing to be found here. So I suppose I'll let it be. And he doesn't say that for the big ship in the middle, which means I missed something. Right? So what did I miss? If we scroll over here, did I miss something? I suppose we could try deducing blunt force trauma on the broken part. That's a possibility. Let's try it. Blunt force trauma. Wait, the blunt force trauma is not a thing I have. It's just the it's a crime scene note, so it's not gonna be. That's not gonna be that actually. There's a smudge on here, but they didn't note it, so I assume it's just part of the set. And we have the body in here, which seems really important, but we've deduced literally everything we can on it, and none of it was correct. And we've also deduced the little seal, not the seal, we've deduced the pot on the seal. And they don't let me put them together for some reason. What does this ship have to say? What did they say about it? They're just talking about eating it, so it's not important. Is the seal actually an object I inspect? No, it's not. And then is it the flashback? Do we zoom in on the body after this? That's what I want to know. They're just going to talk about the seal again. Got it. So the seal is part of the body. I really feel like showing... Oh, did I click on the ship last time on accident? Is that what happened? We can try the teapot. No, I did not accidentally click on the ship. I just... What is this supposed to be? Because the only relevant things are on this left side of the room. That being the broken stand and the dead body. And I don't have enough puzzle pieces to actually do anything. Unless we I mean, I guess we can actually try. I doubted myself and I didn't even bother attempting it. Crime scene notes with this? No. Okay, we can't say that's part of the murder weapon then. What do we have in the evidence? The seal and the teapot, which go together, but we're not allowed to use them together yet for some reason. Frame finger marks, which we can't use yet, because there's nothing that matches here on this particular scene of crime, unless I missed a fingerprint somewhere. The dead body, of course. Blunt object, and bleeding out. And the list of rules. Non-confectionery items may not be used as decoration. Stands and display materials will be provided. Is there anything here that's not chocolate? You know, other than the seal? No, not really. So it's not that either. Unless we were to assume... No, we can't... interact with the stand either. Let's look around to see if there's fingerprints or something that I missed. I mean, this little smudge still gets me, but they didn't call attention to it, so I assume it's not it. Yeah, and even if I move the thing really carefully, there's no second interaction point. This whole half of the area is pretty much useless. Wait, didn't they say stands will be provided? Hold on. Hold on, hold on. Where is it? Non-confectionery items may not be used. Stands and display materials will be provided. Why are they using a chocolate stand? That's strange. Eureka! No, that's not it. Okay, I thought I was on something there. What is it then? Stands and display materials will be provided, but that wasn't it. And we know there's nothing else in the room to investigate, which means there's something here. Oh. I can do another lap around the room, I suppose. Just double check. Nothing around? I suppose we could look at this again, but there's no reason to. It's better than banging my head against the wall, I suppose. A candelabra made of chocolate. There's a title here, The Light of Life. Well, this particular light seems to be missing one of its life-giving flames. Does it have some sort of symbolic meaning, or could it be... Okay, that's just talking about how it's tampered with. It's a journal belonging to the captain of a chocolate ship, also made of chocolate. A diary of despair, that's some title. Come, hearken, see how we crossed the sea and rode the red tide to misery. Quite a jaunty rhyme for such a tragic-sounding tale. And the panel as well. Looks like a fire alarm. Oh, it's a fire alarm. I was wondering what that was. Yeah. Before you start prodding it, it's not made of chocolate. Push it and bells will start ringing. People will come running from the security room. A whole bunch of hassle. So don't. I know you want to, but don't. Honestly, the thought hadn't even crossed my mind. Ugh, typical attorney. What does being an attorney have to do with anything? These controls can be used to adjust the room's temperature and lighting. Red, yellow, green, dark blue, light blue, white. That's a huge range! Temperature is set to 59 degrees, light color is set to white. Oh, okay, that's what the colors are for. The lights. The pieces in here are made of chocolate, that's why. White light makes them look better. Mr. Tangaroa must see the room itself as part of the carefully crafted creations. Indeed. I think those lights might actually come into important later. The picture is not made of chocolate. It's the cover of a book. The Ultimate Cookbook. The Ultimate Cookbook. In other words, the grand prize. Yes, and framed in chocolate. Tangaroa showed it to us all when he gathered us here to explain the rules. So, the participants knew that the grand prize was in this room the whole time. Yeah, we knew that, though. And there's nothing else in this particular area to look at. No, there's not. So there really was nothing there. I suppose they just don't put a check mark on it no matter what, then. Actually, can I do something there? Do I have the option? No, I don't. I only have the option on the other one. Which means there's something here that I'm missing, right? Either that or there's some, like, item I'm missing. I was thinking the blowtorch, but I'm not allowed to access it. Can I present anything the bad, perhaps? No. He does not have anything to say about that. And how about this? No. Okay, well, those are the only two things that might have mattered. So what's up here? The body and the broken stand and the ship are the three things we can interact here that are of note. We tried to interact with the stand, saying that it's made of chocolate, which it shouldn't be because stands were provided, but that's not it. There's no fingerprints around, or even smudge marks that are notable. the teapot cannot be presented on the seal, though the seal is the same one that's used on the teapot. And we can't present the crime scene itself on the crime scene. It makes me feel like I'm missing a piece of information, or like a piece of evidence. I think I'm gonna, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna just break here and check the guide, because I have not the faintest idea what this is supposed to be. And I really hate doing this. I think I say that every time, because I really do. But I have no idea what it wants from me. Table of contents, please. Here. What am I missing? Yeah, I connected those. I connected those. I connected those. Damage creations and why did it break? Yeah, we got that. We talked to him. What's wrong? What did I miss? What do I have in my logic still? How about that? I think that'll make it easier if we just look in our logic and see what we still have. I have blunt force trauma still. Does blunt force trauma even, it doesn't even say that blunt force trauma gets used here. So what am I missing? What condition did I fail to do? I talked to him. I connected those. Examine the frame. Add that to my logic. Examine it again. Present. Yep, add that to my logic. A lot. What am I missing? Hold on, let me read this again. Am I missing something in the guide as well? What's wrong with me? Eddie mentions the room is cold. Yeah, he did that. Guess I was just checking the temperature controls. Which we did. Damage creations, why did it break? Finally talk to the officer. Do I just need to talk to him, the guy over here again? Is that what it wants me to do? Here, I talked to this guy, though. That's not it, no. Does it mean check the panel again? No, we've already done that. We did it like a few seconds ago. Let me talk to this guy again. And we tried presenting a bunch of stuff to him, but he didn't have anything to say, did he? Yeah, we tried. That was the only thing he had to say about. And nothing to say about that. What is happening? Is it? I didn't like softlock myself or find a glitch, did I? I'm so okay. Let's read this one more time from the top. Examine the ship. Yep. Examine the outline of the body in order to get the sound of something breaking, which we got that. Also find the seal, which is added to the court record. Examine the broken stand. Now we get blunt force trauma, which we have. Crime scene notes are added to the court record. We did. Examine the ship and highlight the missing piece of chocolate. Wait. Oh my god. Really? That's what it wanted me to find? Hold on. Okay, so I found it. Let me look at this. Oh. Really? Okay. I'm upset. I'm officially upset with that. That should not be how that works. Okay, so I'm going to explain what's going on here. So here's our crime scene photo. And we can see our corpse dead when it's bled out all over the chocolate. And when we look here, the corpse has been removed and the chocolate that he bled all over has also been removed. You know, for analysis. It wants me to deduce that the crime scene has been changed because the blood stain's gone. Even though, you know, one would reasonably assume that the cops took it. I assume Gregory is just going to be playing a gotcha moment with Bad. And it's going to be... Ah, that's upsetting. Okay. I never would have figured that out. Go ahead, deduce. Not wrong button. I can't believe that's what got me, of all things. You said the only thing that had been removed from the scene is the body. Yeah, that and the piece of cloth that he was wrapped in. And something here doesn't quite add up. It doesn't. I know, it's so dumb, because he also just mentioned the cloth as well. Like, he offhandedly mentioned it, right? Because, like, oh yeah, of course he took the cloth as well. They need to analyze that. Why would they also need to specifically point out the floor? They're not going to tell me that he didn't notice the floor is gone, right? You can see that the outline is hanging off of it. Take another look at the scene in front of us, Detective. The very conspicuous pool of blood that should be here is clearly missing. You're right. I don't remember anybody mentioning they'd remove the blood along with the body. Really? Really? So you remove the cloth without mentioning it, and I assume... which leads me to assume that you know, didn't need to bother mentioning it, but you're not going to mention that the blood just disappeared? Oh, I hate that. I hate that. Oh, it's terrible. Let me check with forensics. What is it, Mr. E? What'd you figure out? Compare the treasure chest in the photograph to the real thing. In the picture, the solid chocolate bottom continues underneath the deceased's head. And yet, that part of the chest is now gone. The part with the blood all over it! Exactly. So did the police remove it? Or perhaps the killer? It wasn't forensics. They're saying nobody took anything like that away. Interesting. So somebody deliberately removed the blood from the scene. Could be. Oh man, I hate that they did that. I mean, it's going to be an important note, but come on, guys. You could have communicated that to the players better. I think we're about done here for now. Well, if I wasn't convinced before, I am now. Tangaroa did it, no two ways about it. But what do you mean? All the rooms in this place, locked from the inside. The only way to unlock them is from the outside is with this key. I see. And who had access to that key? Who do you think? Tangaroa. And it's the only one. There aren't any copies. Well, we are in a room filled with chocolate. Someone could feasibly make a copy of it, assuming not that much force is needed to turn the locks. Especially considering they can get it down to negative 22 degrees, which it would be certainly, like, structurally sound at. With the mansion key, Tangaroa could slip into anybody else's room anytime he liked. And he could even lock his own room from the outside if he wanted. I did the wrong voice there. It's fine. But Mr. Tangaroa's room wasn't locked, was it? Nope. Which is exactly what makes him a suspect. Would you care to explain your thinking? Oh, is this going to be the chess thing? Oh, no, it's a testimony. If the door had been locked when the body was found, Tangaroa would have been the obvious suspect, which is why he deliberately didn't lock his room. And why he smashed the lid of the treasure chest, so the body was on full display. Everyone who was supposed to gather in his room when the judging finished up. No, everyone was supposed to gather in his room when the judging finished up. So he made it look like the murder happened while he wasn't here, or while he wasn't there. Man, I'm just messing up all his lines. One thing he didn't plan on was Bound finding the body. Anyway, that's my thinking on the whole thing. Good enough for you, Mr. Attorney? Do you also believe it was Mr. Tangaroa who damaged the other pieces in this room? Yep. I know you have to believe your client. That's your job. But I'm a detective, and I serve the law. And no matter how squeaky clean somebody might seem, a suspect is still a suspect. I fully understand your reasoning, Detective. Now, would you mind if I applied a little critical thinking of my own? Heh, do your worst. Just as the detective won't compromise his devotion to the law, I won't compromise my beliefs either. And I'm not about to just accept his version of events. In fact, I'm going to show him the piece of evidence that highlights the contradiction in his claims. Why is he speaking like this is a tutorial? That's a bit odd. And if the door had been locked when the body was found, Tangaroa would have been the obvious suspect. That is true. Which is why he deliberately did not lock the room. That seems like a strange choice. The one and only key that unlocks every door in the mansion. Tangaroa was in possession of it the entire time. And why he smashed the lid of the treasure chest, the body was on full display. Everyone's supposed to gather in this room, in his room, when the judging finished up. Oh, we don't have a map yet, I just realized. Oh, I hate that when they do that. This game has a tendency not to give you a map after they show it until you've done a few, like, rounds of testimony. Or they just don't give it to you at all. So we made it look like the murder happened while he wasn't there. This is a strange testimony. And I know Gregory said to immediately present evidence, but I don't even know how he wants me to attack this because it's so weird. So I think I'm going to just press some statements. That's hardly solid grounds on which to base your suspicion, Mr. Tangaroa. Bleh. Let's start over. That's hardly solid grounds on which to base your suspicion of Mr. Tangaroa, Detective. Heh. Then that's hardly solid grounds to start shouting objections left and right on, Mr. Attorney. That was not an objection. We haven't heard that yet. Maybe quit interrupting and let me finish. And why would he deliberately not lock his door? Because if he locked it, he might as well have held up a sign saying he did it since he had the only key. But maybe it was just a coincidence. Maybe he just left it unlocked without meaning to. He just happened to leave it unlocked, and someone just happened to find a body inside. Come on, kid. You'll never make detective thinking like that. But I don't want to be a detective. I want to be an attorney. I'd be grateful if you stopped trying to steal my apprentice. Look, there's a reason why Tangaroa left his door unlocked. You're saying Mr. Tangaroa himself deliberately smashed the treasure chest open? Yep. If he hadn't, the body would have never been found. I struggle to see how he managed to destroy this creation while judging the contest at the same time. Exactly. And besides, there's no other way he would have disrespected his sweets. He eats every last crumb on Bacon Bop while dancing. That's the only way his stuff gets destroyed. This isn't about what happens on TV, kid. You know about Bacon Bop, Detective. Am I the only one who isn't familiar with this show? Wow, I never would have guessed. Can you sing the theme song too? Hold it. Never mind that now. Focus. The point is this. Tangaroa was responsible for breaking that lid. Okay, so I would like to point out, this is the weird thing right here. This is the whole thing that's throwing this testimony off. Why would he put the body on display? As you admitted, no one would have found the body if he didn't do that. But things, I don't have any evidence that would really suggest anything against that, really. Found inside a chocolate treasure chest, the lid was closed until the ship collapsed. Why would he not just open the lid if he wanted it to be found also? This is so weird. I don't even know what to do with it. It's not a complaint, by the way. I'm just really discombobulated by this. Also, I just realized we have an attorney badge. Can I see his number? Oh, I can. Look at that. 21X66. But no, why would he smash it instead of just opening it? And why would he smash it instead of leaving it closed so no one finds it? Either way, it would work. You know, in terms of keeping the body hidden. The judging began in Mr. Gusteau's room, correct? Yeah. Kinda wanted to check his hard candy stuff out myself. In that case, how about a demonstration? Oh, let's see. What's he gonna make this time? Oh, a dog. Well, it's you, Detective. Are you calling him a dirty dog? It's a wolf! Huh, a lone wolf. I like it. I'm starting to enjoy these little displays. Anyhow, Do you have a clear idea of when exactly the murder took place? Not yet. Autopsy report's still pending. The autopsy report's not going to give an accurate time of death because it was too cold in here. And yes, you still went ahead and arrested Mr. Tangaroa. We may not know when the murder happened, but we know when the body was discovered. It was while Tangaroa was judging Gusto's room. Or is it Gusto? I'm assuming it's Gusto. The perfect alibi if he could set it up just right. But still not grounds for an arrest. Surely you have to agree with that. Do I? Especially when I've got nothing more to say to you. Why do I get the feeling he's hiding something? Detective Bad seems pretty convinced that Mr. Tangaroa is the culprit. But there's no way he would have vandalized his own creations. No way! Still, the treasure chest did get smashed in. There's no denying that. Perhaps we should focus more on what led to the body's discovery. Doing so should make it easier to spot the flaw in Detective Bad's theory. Oh, right. That's how we can attack it. What piece of evidence would we use for that, though? Because it was found... Because the sound of it being smashed open occurred while he was confirmed to be in another room. So how would we actually, you know, get through that? I suppose we could use the key. No, the key's not going to be helpful, is it? Man, this chapter is actually a bit tough. I mean, I still hold true that the previous part where we got stuck was stupid. But I don't know how they want me to attack this, because here's the thing. He's saying he left the door unlocked on purpose. So that he couldn't be the only culprit. Or like, only suspect. And that's why Judy was able to walk in. And just without the key. But the reason she walked in was because she heard the big smashing noise. Now, unfortunately, we do not have Judy's testimony with us. So we can't actually use that. And that's the big problem I'm facing right now. Do we use the teapot, then? No, only Tangaroa's fingerprints are on it, though. Judy, presumably, never touched it. Or maybe Judy was wearing gloves. I mean, we can't see their full profiles in this, just their heads. Who's this? Oh, unknown character, yeah. And that's why he smashed the lid of the treasure chest. Let's see. His body was close to the ship collapsed. Do we just present this on him? Because it broke when the ship collapsed? Objection. Okay, that's it. Okay, I was overthinking it. That's all that happened. Also, Gregory's voice is way higher than I'm giving him. I'm gonna stick to the low one, though. I like it. We've established that the body was hidden inside the chest, and that Miss Bound only came running into this room when she heard a sound. It seems reasonable to infer that the sound was that of the chocolate boat collapsing. Sure, seems likely, based on the evidence. And yet you assert that it was Mr. Tangaroa who had smashed the lid of the chest. I believe this photo makes it clear that it was the ship that did the smashing. And if that had occurred only moments before Miss Bound had entered the room, then it couldn't have been broken by Mr. Tangaroa, who was out judging the contest at the time. I never said he did it then and there. He could have done something to the stand, so it would collapse when he was in the middle of judging. Objection. Have you any way of proving that assertion? Nope. But the investigation isn't over yet. There's still time. So, he doesn't have anything conclusive. Have you found any prints in the room besides those of Mr. Tangaroa? Yep, on the door. But we found Mr. Tangaroa's and Frost's prints on there too. We were all brought in here for our briefing, right before we started work on our creations. Those prints are probably from then. I take it you haven't checked any of Mr. Tangaroa's works for prints yet. Why would... We know that somebody tampered with them. Therefore, it's possible they left some fingerprints behind when they did so. Fine. But if we don't find anything, your guy's still top of my list, got it? You! Check all the chocolate stuff for prints, now! Yes, sir, right away. Also, I gotta say, there's a very, interesting aspect to this, which is Von Karma's involvement. Here's the thing. We are 100% going to go face-to-face with him at some point. But here's the question. Why is this going to trial so quickly? Because if Von Karma is involved, and then he's probably the reason why it's going so quick. But what is he so sure of? Like, why is he so sure that he can get through this? Obviously, he has falsified evidence. But what makes him think that it's okay? Not okay from a moral sense, but okay from a sense that he could actually force it through this quick without making any mistakes. I don't know. I suppose there's going to be some grander plot going on. Detective Bad, we finished dusting the chocolate and we found prints that don't belong to Mr. Tagaroa, sir. Go on. Whose? Delicia Stone, sir. She's one of the contestants. Good work. You can go back to whatever you were investigating before. Yes, sir. So, it seems we have a suspect besides Mr. Tangaroa. Huh. Even without your lawyerly input, I wasn't about to wrap up investigation anyway. I'll go speak to Miss Scone and see what she has to say for herself. Alicia Stone. Mr. Gusto, he mentioned her too. He said that she was ruthless, that she'd do anything to win. Huh, this Scone lady sounds like a pretty suspicious character, huh, Mr. E? Yes. I think we'd better try and speak with her ourselves as well. Anyway, that seems like she's going to be super sweet in terms of appearance. Detective Bad, would you mind if we accompanied you? Babysitting you is not my job. Oh, come on! But, I guess you did pick up a couple useful clues already. So if you want to tag along, be my guest. Thank you, Detective. You're too kind. You got it. But Detective Bad, sir. I don't think that's such a good idea. The lead prosecutor is still busy in there. It'll be fine. Me and him don't exactly see eye to eye anyhow. Ooh, Von Karma. We get to see him. Who is this him? Who'd they sign this case to? Manfred Von Karma. What? They give it to Von Karma? He hasn't lost a case in 25 years. Manfred Von Karma, a living legend over the prosecutor's office. We've never faced one another in the courtroom, but I've heard plenty of stories. They say he'll do anything to ensure a guilty verdict. I can't let that distract me. For now, I need only continue to do what I believe is right. Oh, and there's the first to be continued. Oh, I do really, really want to continue this, but I am also so tired. I'm really tired. So we're going to end today, you know, like I said, short stream. Ooh, hey, look, I was right, though. She is super sweet looking. But with that being said, tomorrow, or tonight, depending on your time zone, I'll be posting the first weekly schedule, and I will be holding up to it, yeah? Even if my streams end up being super short because, like, some change in plans. What are we going to do, though? I haven't actually decided that. I usually decide right before I start streaming. We'll probably alternate between this and Nier for a little bit, and then we'll throw a third thing into the mix at some point. That's what I'm thinking. And maybe we'll do the hand cam stream as well this week. But I suppose that's for me to decide tomorrow or tonight, depending on your time zone. So with that being said, thank you all for tuning in. This has been Seago Scuffed, and I am signing off. Goodbye.